Okay. Hi guys, I'm here with Cristina Holm, and before we go into talking about all of the amazing things she can do in terms of styling, I thought it'd be really nice to do a little bit of a chat about posture, because obviously that's the background I come from with all the classes I do, weight training, yoga, etc. And posture, just simple changes to posture, can really improve your confidence and also make clothes look better. Yeah,
absolutely.
So Cristina is going to be my demonstrator today, looking as glamorous as ever, and I'm just going to teach you a very short postural exercise that you can do regularly to improve that posture. Now what we find is we get people walking around, not maybe this is a bit exaggerated, it is Halloween though, walking around like this, and their posture can be a bit forward, but what we want to do is we want to take it right back, and there's a brilliant exercise I'm going to take Cristina through now which will just show you can practice to get that posture better. So I'm going to ask you to put your hands up at a 90-degree angle and press them back into the wall. Now she's got really good flexibility in her shoulders, which is great, and this posture, which you can hold against the wall for say a minute, then have a rest for 15 seconds and do a couple of times a day, opens up these muscles in the mid part of your back called the rhomboids, stretches across the chest and shoulders and just gives you that better posture. You can also do it in a slight squat, so just squat into it, Cristina, just slightly. That way you get two for the price of one, so you're working your thigh muscles and you're opening up across the upper body. Now another thing we can do, which is a bit of fun, is we're going to get Cristina, you can come out of that now, she's probably legs aching, upper body. She's going to do this, do you remember Victorian times, elocution lesson?
Yeah.
The whole book walk. So, funnily enough, we take the mick out of this, but just by placing a book on our head, we automatically, to keep the book on and walk forward, have to get the right posture. So she's got amazing posture anyway, but I'm going to get her to just demonstrate this. So by putting the book on her head, the chin tucks in, the belly comes in, the shoulders retract and relax, and then a soft bend in the knee as she walks. So this is actually, even though it's from ages ago, is a really good way of just practicing with your posture. So do go back against the mirror. That's it, she's going to come into shot now. Look at that, perfect posture. So that's just a bit of fun, guys, just to let you know that it's really important. Even just standing up, opening across your chest makes you feel automatically lifted, and it is really important to not have that hunched forwards posture and to work on that and to keep those shoulders retracted and to keep the posture really good. So I hope you've enjoyed that short snippet, and we'll be back soon. Hi Cristina, thank you for joining me. So this week, everybody, is all about passion, fire and finding your va-va-voom during perimenopause and menopause. So I've been talking about all sorts of things, and now I'm with Cristina. Cristina is a fashion stylist. She does many different things. She's helping women to create more balance with shapes, colours, all sorts of things. She can offer wardrobe consultation. She goes shopping with you. She's even got an amazing 3D scanner, which we're going to look into, where she can analyse your body shape. So it's the only one in the world, and then provide solutions for women. And for me, this time in a woman's life can be really challenging, because we have physical changes happening in our bodies, we've got physiological changes, you know, the brain gets affected by everything that happens during perimenopause and menopause, the drop in hormones, we can feel more anxious, more tired, and we just generally lose our confidence. But for me, one of the areas that is often overlooked is clothes and how you feel about yourself. So we only talked recently about posture and how just standing differently can change your whole state and mood, and it's the same with clothes. And I think you'd agree that it's not just making us feel better, it's also other people treat us differently. Put on a nice outfit, it does lift your spirits, and you know, it can be a really positive thing. So today I'm going to be talking about Cristina, getting all of her tips, particularly for me with polycystic ovaries and obviously struggling in menopause. I do retain weight around my middle, so we're going to talk about some fashion and styling tips around that, and in terms of disguising or, you know, working with different challenges that we have with weight gain and things like that. And then I'm going to actually go into the scanner and have a bit of analysis on my body shape, and then from that we'll talk about what clothes and things, styling tips would be useful for me, and hopefully you will pick up some tips as well. So I'm so excited about this session. Thank you so much, Cristina.
You're welcome.
So yes, so one of the things I know that lots of people talk to me about, obviously because I'm doing fitness, they come to me as well, is this thing about gaining weight around the middle, and you know, what sorts of things can we do around styling with that?
So the first thing is really understanding your body shape, because even though we put on weight certain. Some people put on hips, some put on stomach,
Sure.
some put on their bust and arms. So
Yes.
we're literally, it's first of all understanding your shape. What shape have you got? And what are you conscious of? Are you very conscious about your stomach or your arms or your bust or your hips and bum?
Yeah.
And then it's about creating the illusion of making that smaller or minimizing it, because we can't change our body shape just like that. So clothes can do an awful lot to actually create the illusion of balance on the body. So some of the things I do hear a lot is obviously stomach, first of all. And to sort of minimize your stomach, this is not about wearing baggy stuff. That only makes it worse. I'm just going to have to say, if you're wearing way too baggy, it only makes you look bigger. So I would highly recommend that you don't do that. Find a middle ground.
Okay.
One of the things I do like to show ladies is, depending also on your personalities, your style personality, some are classic or natural, romantic and contemporary and dramatic and creative personalities, and it just depends as well on how you like to dress, what makes you comfortable.
Sure.
But there is some good tops and stuff that you can start off with, and the first one I would say is actually the ruching. You might have heard that you can have something that's like a ruche top. That ruche is a little bit across the tummy area.
Oh, I see. Is it just it sort of pulls in?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've actually got a top showing here in the studio today, so I can show you in a minute. And what it does, it just creates a little bit of ruching around, so it doesn't feel like you can see the tummy. It's sort of disguised.
Yeah.
So that's great for specific body shapes, but we can't forget, no matter what shape we have, we shouldn't forget our waist, and that's the key thing here. Now, another thing is, if you really are uncomfortable and you're wearing like quite baggy clothes, actually making darts at the front instead of the back to sort of draw in, and then what it will do is it will create shape from the side of your body, but what it will also do is it will literally, with the darts, that would disguise the tummy, but it will bring in. So it looks like you have waist.
Brilliant.
Yeah?
Brilliant.
Another thing is, if you are more like a straight body shape, actually wearing a belt, but you have to have the right proportion.
Right.
Okay, if you have a short torso, no to a belt.
Right.
You've got to have either a balanced or a long torso, and I'm going to show you what width of belt. It's almost like a belt that is what you use for a pair of jeans.
Right.
Brilliant to wear, and you can put that on actually with a blouse or a dress, or even a tunic style, just to bring in your sides, your waist, but it will still disguise the stomach.
Oh, brilliant.
So,
amazing tip.
So that's the stomach area.
Sounds
now,
good.
if you want to minimize the hip area and the bum area, it's really key that when you're wearing trousers, first of all, you can wear darker tones.
Right.
Okay. Darker tones always minimize this.
Right.
But one of the key things, most people wear jeans. I would say get a pair of jeans that doesn't have visible stitchings.
Right.
And smaller pockets on the bum.
Oh, okay.
Because that will make it look smaller. So it really is key. And also that sort of, if less bulk, so no patch pockets or pockets with flaps at the front, or don't wear embellishment because it will only draw attention to that area. So we want to try and just literally make it smooth.
Oh, I see.
All right.
Yeah.
And also trousers that has like a pleat, that has kind of a sewn in pleat down the front, that elongates your legs and actually makes it look much more straight and narrow.
Amazing.
So there's some tips for the sort of waist and the hip and bum area. Now when it comes to bust, if you wear short sleeves that literally cuts across where your bust is, you're going to draw attention to your bust. So I would recommend, if you're very busty, is to have 3/4 sleeves or completely long sleeves. And if you are more of a a pear shape. Actually, cap sleeves creates more volume on the shoulders, so that will be great. But never cut across where your bust is, or create volume around where the bust is. It will only draw attention. So that's a great way to stay just away from that.
Yeah.
And so I think that's just
that's
few little
perfect.
tips.
I think it just sort of emphasises that there's a real art to it, isn't it? And it is about the sort of eye of the beholder, isn't it? And like you say, disguising things and things like that. Yeah, it's really, really useful. Thank you. Okay, brilliant. Thanks,
You're
Cristina.
welcome.
Okay. Right, guys, we're with Cristina. She's going to tell us all about this amazing 3D scanner that she's got. It's actually she's one of the only stylists that's got it in the whole of the country, isn't it? Whole of the UK.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're going to go inside. So let's have a little look.
So this is a 3D scanner.
Yeah.
And what it does is take 600,000 measure points of the human body within 8 seconds. That way, you're going to be able to see yourself in 3D. It creates a dotted cloud, so it's not a photograph. From that, you'll be able to see your body shape and actually see all the good parts of your shape and where we can put some illusions to create a beautiful balance. And it's all about balance, guys.
Amazing. This looks absolutely amazing. It almost looks like a giant shower, but if you could come and see, you
It's
would
more like
see
a TARDIS.
A TARDIS, yeah. So we're going to see what happens when I go in there in a minute. I cannot wait to see my results. Look at that.
Here you are. Right, okay. I'm just going to spin you around.
Oh, wow.
So you did talk about your tummy area.
Sure.
Yeah, and posture. So we're having a look at you. Okay, so your bum, you have a good bum, but you could emphasize your bum a little bit more.
Okay.
So from your point of view, for your shape, you could actually have a little bit more of definitions around the bum. So it means if you're wearing a pair of trousers or jeans, you could have stitching, and that actually would create a bit of bum.
Right.
Okay, so the ruching we just showed you, the ruching really did its job by bringing in the waist, because you looked so tiny, and you are tiny.
Yeah.
But it just makes you feel a little bit more comfortable because it's not sort of fitted and on display. Okay, so this is absolutely brilliant. Now, can you guess what body shape you are?
I look quite straight up and down. Am I straight or something like that?
You absolutely are straight.
Yeah.
You're what I would call a lean column.
Okay.
And that means what we need to do is create, literally, we don't need to do anything really with your body apart from we need to bring in the waist. So you wearing baggy clothes is not great.
Which is what I do with the fitness all the time.
Yeah. But keep your shoulders and hips in line, because that is the key thing. So set-in sleeves, like instead of raglan sleeves or anything that makes it drop, no drop sleeves. Keep your shoulder line fitted and then in line with your hips. So don't wear too much clothes that has too much volume.
Okay.
And then always bring in that lovely waist of yours.
Amazing. Wow, God, it's so good, this thing, isn't it?
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, so you've just had your scan, and what you would walk away with is your shape and style booklet. Now, this booklet, basically, I will take you through from top to bottom, and I will take into consideration your style, personality, your body shape, your proportions, height, and you will walk away with this whole booklet that will be personalized to you.
Wow.
I will basically cross out everything that's right and what's wrong, and then you can just go shopping.